Most people think they need millions in the bank to stop working. They believe financial freedom is reserved for business owners and tech entrepreneurs. But what if the real number is much smaller than you imagine? What if the real secret is not how much money you have today, but how much you invest every single month? In this video, you will discover exactly how much you need to invest every month to reach the point where work becomes optional, not mandatory. Let us start by destroying the first big myth that you need $1 million in the bank to retire. Wrong. What you actually need is a monthly investment plan and enough time for compound interest to do its job. Second myth, you need to be rich to start investing. Also wrong. Someone making $30,000 per year can retire earlier than someone making $300,000 if they understand how to consistently invest every month. The third myth is that the stock market is too risky for normal people. The data says something very different. People who invested consistently through the financial crisis of 2008 and held their investments for at least 10 years achieved average annual returns close to 10%. They beat inflation, they beat savings accounts, and they built serious wealth without winning the lottery or starting a billion-dollar company. And here's the funny part. Most people already know this. They know investing is important, they know they should start early, they know compound interest is powerful, and yet they do nothing. They close the video, keep scrolling, and tell themselves they will start next month. You are here because you do not want to be like that. You want the real numbers. In this video, everything will be broken into simple steps. First, you will understand how much money you actually need to never have to work again. Second, you'll see exactly how much you must invest every month to get there. Third, you will see real scenarios for different ages and incomes. Finally, you will get a clear action plan to start today, even if you're a complete beginner. Imagine this for a moment. You are 55 years old. It is Monday morning. Most people your age are rushing into traffic, drinking cold coffee, answering emails from a boss they do not like. But you wake up without an alarm. Your phone is not blowing up. Your portfolio generates enough money to cover your living expenses. You can choose to work, but you don't have to. That's the difference between dependence and financial freedom. Now let's look at the reality for most people. The average person saves almost nothing. They live paycheck to paycheck. They hope that somehow, magically, everything will work out at retirement. They have no plan. They have no numbers. They trust the government, their employer, or luck. That's not a strategy. That's denial. Here's one of the most important concepts in this video, the 4% rule. It's a simple guideline used by financial planners. It says that if you withdraw 4% of your portfolio each year in retirement, your money is likely to last for 30 years or more. For example, if you want $40,000 per year in passive income, you need about $1 million invested. If you want $80,000 per year, you need about $2 million. So when someone says, "I want to never work again," what they're really saying is, "I want my investments to pay my bills." If your annual expenses are $50,000 and you follow the 4% rule, you need about $1.25 million invested. That's the target. The question is not, is that possible? The real question is, how much do you need to invest every month to get there? To answer that, you need three numbers. First, your target annual spending in financial freedom. Second, the time you have until you want to stop working. Third, a realistic average return on your investments. Historically, a diversified stock market portfolio has returned around 7 to 10% per year over long periods. For this video, we will use a realistic 8% average annual return. Now let's walk through concrete examples. Imagine you're 25 years old and you want to be able to stop working by age 65. That gives you 40 years to invest. Suppose you want $50,000 per year in passive income from your investments. Using the 4% rule, you would need about $1.25 million invested. So how much do you need to invest per month to hit 1.25 million in 40 years at 8% annual return? Roughly $300 per month. That's it. Not 3,000, not 10,000. Around $300 per month consistently for 40 years. That's the price of financial freedom for a 25-year-old with a modest lifestyle goal. $300 per month might sound like a lot or little depending on your current situation, but break it down. That's about $10 per day. Skipping constant takeout meals, reducing impulse shopping, and canceling unused subscriptions can free that amount more easily than most people think. The key is not perfection. The key is consistency over decades. Now, of course, a lot of people don't start at 25. Many wait until 35, 40, or even later. So let's see how the numbers change when you decide to wait a bit like everyone loves to do. Take the same goal, $1.25 million, 8% annual return, but now you start at 35 years old and still want to retire at 65. That gives you 30 years instead of 40. Now the required monthly investment is no longer $300. It jumps to around $700 per month for the same result. You did not lose just 10 years. You lost the most powerful 10 years of compound growth. Waiting those 10 years more than doubles the amount you need to invest every month. That is the brutal cost of procrastination. Now imagine you're starting at 45 with the same goal. Retire at 65 with 1.25 million in an 8% return. That's 20 years of investing. The required monthly investment now jumps to around $1,800 per month. At this stage, it is still possible, but the effort required is much larger. So no, it is not too late if you are older, but the later you start, the more you pay for waiting. Time is either your greatest ally or your most expensive enemy. Now, let's talk about different goals and lifestyles. Some people don't want just enough to survive, they want full freedom. Travel, hobbies, helping family, donating to causes they care about. For that, they might aim for $80,000 or $100,000 per year in passive income. Let's say your goal is $100,000 per year without working. Using the 4% rule, that means you need about $2.5 million invested. Sounds huge, right? Let's see what happens when we run the math. If you're 25 and you want $2.5 million by age 65 at 8% annual return, your required monthly contribution is roughly $600, not $6,000, $600. That's the power of time and compound interest. Start at 35 with the same goal? Now you're looking at about $1,400 per month. Start at 45, you're closer to $3,600 per month. Same goal, less time, much more pressure. The purpose of these numbers is not to scare you. It is to give you clarity. Once you know the numbers, you can make real decisions. Maybe you reduce your target lifestyle a bit. Maybe you decide to work 5 more years. Maybe you choose to build additional income streams. The point is, with clear numbers, you're in control. Now, imagine a person named Alex. Alex is 28, earns $50,000 per year, and decides to invest $400 per month into a diversified index fund. Over 37 years at an 8% average return, Alex ends up with roughly $1 million. If Alex instead invests $800 per month, the result is closer to $2 million. Alex did not win the lottery. Alex did not create the next big tech app. Alex just chose to invest consistently and let time do the heavy lifting. Meanwhile, many of Alex's friends spent that same $400 every month on things they can't even remember now. Maybe you're not 28. Maybe you're 35, 40, or 45. That's fine. The principle is the same. Define your target, calculate the monthly amount, and start as soon as possible. You cannot go back in time, but you can stop losing more time. There are 3 common excuses people give at this point. First, the market is too risky. Second, I don't have enough money to invest. Third, I'll start later when I earn more. All 3 are dangerous lies if they stop you from taking action. On risk, the stock market is volatile in the short term, but historically, over any 20-year period, it has delivered positive returns in nearly every case. The real risk is doing nothing and letting inflation destroy the value of your money. On not enough money, the truth is that most people don't have an income problem, they have a spending problem. Subscriptions, impulse buys, unnecessary upgrades, eating out constantly. Small leaks add up to hundreds of dollars per month that could be invested. On "I'll start later," every year you wait makes the required monthly investment larger. If you can't afford to invest $200 now, how will you afford $800 later for the same goal? The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Now, let us turn this into a simple action plan you can follow step by step. Step 1. Define your target. Define your target annual spending in financial freedom. Do you want $30,000, $50,000, $80,000, or $100,000 per year? Write down a number that matches the life you want, not the life you have. Step 2. Calculate your portfolio target. Multiply that number by 25. That gives you an approximate portfolio target using the 4% rule. For example, $50,000 per year times 25 equals $1,250,000. Step 3. Determine your timeline. Determine how many years you have until your target age of freedom. Maybe it's 15 years, 20, 30, or 40. Step 4. Use an investment calculator. Use any online investment calculator. Enter your target amount, your years to invest, and an estimated 8% return. The calculator will tell you how much you need to invest every month. That's your magic number. That's how much you must invest every month to never work again. Step 5. Open an investment account with a reputable broker in your country. Choose simple, diversified investments, such as broad market index funds or target date retirement funds. You do not need to be a stock-picking genius. Simplicity wins. Step 6. Automate your investments. Automate your investments. Set a recurring transfer every month on the same day you get paid. Treat your investment like a non-negotiable bill. Pay your future self first, then live on the remaining money. Step 7. Stay the course. Stop obsessively checking the market. You are not a day trader. You are building long-term freedom. Checking your portfolio every day only increases anxiety and the chance you'll make emotional decisions. Check a few times per year, adjust if needed, and stay the course. Here is the real message of this video. Financial freedom is not reserved for the lucky, the gifted, or the ultra-rich. It's math. It's consistency. It's the decision to invest a fixed amount every month for many years. Whether that amount is 200, 500, 1,000, or more, what matters most is that you start and that you do not stop. Most people will watch this, nod their heads, and then do nothing. They'll go back to their lives, their habits, and their excuses. 5 years from now, nothing will have changed. The question is, will you be one of them? You now know how to calculate how much you must invest every month to reach financial freedom. You know how the 4% rule works. You've seen how powerful time and compound interest are. The next step is yours. Choose a number. Open the account. Set the automatic transfer. Start today. Stop only dreaming about never working again. Start funding that reality every single month. Your future self is already waiting for the decision you make today. Thank you for watching. If this helped you, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment with your investment goal. How much are you going to invest monthly? Let's build this community of people actually taking action, not just watching videos. See you in the next one.